bronze medalist at the World Cup, which took place in Mexico. He's Armenian. He was born in Russia. And on May 21st, he had a first-round knockout.
Yes,
Started his career.
Doesn't have to go far tonight to go into new territory. If he gets past the first round, Sarukhan will be in new territory. And Santana, his knockout in his debut came in the 4th round. So he has more pro experience, having gone the distance of 4 rounds.
Got a little bunny hop going on here with Sarukhan.
Sarukhan,
black with the white trim.
Sarukhan is a switch hitter. He goes orthodox as he is now, and he has no problem switching southpaw as he did a moment ago. An awkward style. I should say, Sarukhan is the one who will switch in the black and white. The man taller, obviously, in the blue and white. Santana, we're going to find out, does he know how to be tall? Does he know how to stand at a distance, draw a line in the canvas, use that jab, keep his opponent at the end of his jab, control his opponent, stabilize his opponent in the center of the ring, and then change distance and make his opponent fall in, reach in. That's what tall fighters need to learn how to do.
It's a combination, a 1-2 by Sarukhan.
Sarukhan is quicker. Quicker with his hands, quicker with his feet. And he's got good eyes. I mean, they're wide open. I'm looking at him, Sarukhan. He's noticing everything. He's looking for the right spot to launch. He sees the right spot when he thinks Santana's not ready, when he's not set. And there's an awkward cleverness about Sarukhan. I can see it already. He knows when to go to the side. He knows when to switch southpaw, when to come forward.
Don't push his head down.
Right now, I like what Sarukhan's doing. He's fighting a taller guy, and he's getting the taller guy to give up his height in spots. To come forward a little bit where he can do that. Pot shot, Joe.
Does so with a left hand.
This way it doesn't force Sarukhan to have to go get the taller guy. Doesn't force him to always have to come forward.
10 seconds. Stop at the bell. 10 seconds.
Coming to the end of 1, scheduled for 4.
Sarukhan has said, I like him. I like his awkward cleverness. I like his ring presence.
Bring him up, up.
He knows what he's doing in there. He's got a confidence about him, an assurance about him. He reminds me a little bit of a former world champion, Prince Hamed. Doesn't look like he has the firepower of Prince Hamed. We'll find out. I don't know if we'll find out tonight or later in his career, but the awkward cleverness, the effectiveness of Prince Hamed.
He'll throw a punch from an angle just when you're not expecting it. He's only 20 years old, based in LA. We told you Armenian, was born in Russia. And if he can get things going, there's a huge Armenian population in Southern California that we have brought Friday night fights and some of their local favorite fighters to before, so he can gain some traction, be a bit of a ticket seller.
I like the way that he's breaking down in his mind and in the ring. The way that he's breaking, physically, mentally breaking down Santana, he's dissecting him. You know, again, he knows he has a tall guy there, so instead of just chasing him, every once in a while he steps out and makes Santana give up his physical assets of length and height. He makes a miss, and when he gets him close, then he can counter. He doesn't have to chase him. And when he gets him off balance, he jumps in a little bit, picks his spots. You know, it's no accident that he has that ring presence we're seeing. He has 135 amateur fights. You know, you don't get that ring presence without confidence, without experience. And he had plenty of experience in the amateurs. And it's showing.
He just picks a point for a right hand and then gets out of the way.
Santana might be taller, but he's a lot shorter in the amateur experience department. Only 14 of the fights where you don't get paid.
Pega the tas. Don't hit the back of the head.
Santana is flustered. It's only the second round. He's frustrated. He's chasing. He's not able to control the outside the way he wants to. He's got a guy that's coming in all kinds of directions. If I was Santana, if I was in his corner, I'd tell him, you better concentrate on the body more than the
10
head.
seconds. Stop at the bell. 10 seconds.
The head of Sarahan is not there to be found too easily.
No.
The body would be easier to find.
He's in control. Joe and Teddy with you ringside for Friday Night Fights, both in ESPN 3D and ESPN2 HD. We had a really good-looking main event between Rob Frankel and John Molina Jr. that had a lot of action and plenty of blood. We will show you and recap the highlights of that at the end of this third round here between Oscar Santana, the taller man in the blue trunks, and Vage Sarahan, a 20-year-old who's impressive with his movement and skill set.
I like him. I thought this would be an interesting fight, and it's a lot more interesting from Saruhan's viewpoint than it is from Santana.
No, it's a good right hand.
He gets distance really well. He doesn't reach much. He'll jump in every once in a while, but that's on purpose. But he won't reach Saruhan. There's a big difference. He'll take a little step, and he'll usually be in position when he throws. If he jumps, he'll launch himself for a reason. And he's responsible defensively. He knows when to move that head, as you see evidence of right there. And he knows when to counter. He comes forward, he'll counter with that right hook when he turns southpaw. Then he'll turn orthodox as he does again and give you a different look. He's a handful. Reminds me a little bit of Brad Solomon, too, that we had on our air.
Sure, very awkward prospect who we saw earlier this year and had a big win on Friday Night Fights last year.
Both these fighters turned pro young. Santana at 19, Saruhan at 20.
There's a right hand by Sarahan.
And the right hand where his feet were under him. See, that's the thing that I like. He wasn't off balance. He was set. He looks like a guy that would always be off balance, Joe. He's out of position all the time if you're trying to catch him. And that's a good thing for him. But he's not off balance. He's in position that he needs to be in. And he's out of position that you need him. He's exactly where he wants to be at all times.
Box.
And again, he's benefited by those 135 amateur fights that have made him very calm in that ring, very comfortable in that ring.